scan tools. Yes, scan tools have come down a hell of a lot. Don't get me wrong. They're a hell of a lot cheaper than what they were. But they're still very expensive for the top end scan tools that you need to do this job properly. And people think they can just come into, oh, I got an engine light on. And they just expect you to come in, plug your car in, you tell them what's wrong, and they fuck off. And they don't even say, well, how much do I owe you? I mean, like, seriously. I get that all the time, even on YouTube. So I did a video recently where I said, look, I'm going to start this WhatsApp group, right? Where I'm going to, you know, if you be a member, I'll give you some information, you know, wiring diagrams, all the information you just cannot get and you have to pay a fortune for less than a cup of coffee for a month, right? And yet people still think that that's expensive, which just blows my mind. They expect you to plug a car in, reset a service light, or tell them an error code for free when scan tools cost thousands. Why? Like, why? You can't go into a doctor's and ask for advice without getting paid, or the doctor getting paid. Even 30 seconds he charges 120 quid. But yet a mechanic's not allowed to even charge 50 euros to plug a car in because that's too fucking expensive. How much? How much? Fuck me. I mean, there's loads of reasons why. Check out my WhatsApp group if you want to know more. Become a member. But if you're a mechanic and you're attracted to shiny things, it becomes even worse. Things like this, I mean, just, it's beautiful. I just had to buy it because just look at it, right? Just shiny things. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking shiny things. It's a problem. Don't become a mechanic. It's like being a magpie. It's a nightmare. I know a lot of mechanics will agree with me. The answer is, do you need it? Is it life and death? If the answer is no, that means you have to buy it. It's like, it's just the rules. And as you can see, I'm a nightmare for it. Just everywhere you look, oh. This is the problem with mechanics, and this is why mechanics charge so much. It's not as simple as you think. So, removing this caliper off a 2014 Golf, 7mm Allen key. These are the special tools for it. It's an Allen key, you put it in there and you turn it, all good, right? But oh look, can't do it in that one. So you get another special tool with a 1/2 inch. Oh look, that won't fit in there. So you say, well, I'll get a smaller version of that. Still doesn't fit in there. It's hitting this first. So then you say, well, I'll go for a 3/8 with a knuckle on it. Still won't fit in. Oh, okay, I'll go for a smaller 3/8. Still won't go in. Okay, I'll go for an even smaller one. Finally, that fits in. Awesome. Let's get a ratchet. Oh, now the ratchet doesn't fit. Let's get another special ratchet with a smaller head. Okay, that will fit on there. All these fucking tools cost a fortune to do a simple job. This is the problem. It's a fucking nightmare. Do not, under any circumstances, become a mechanic unless you want to spend all your money on tools and make no fucking money. Thousands of pounds worth of tools here just to get one bolt off. Rant over. Oh yeah, even this won't fit. Now granted, you can do this cheaper and there's other ways of doing it as well. Most of this stuff is snap-on and expensive tools like that, but it's because I use them every day and it's nice to have good quality tools. But still, it still costs an absolute fucking fortune. Oh yeah, and also you need a very expensive scan tool to release the fucking calipers. Just do a simple brake job. Oh, and who can forget the experts online? You know, the commenters, the ones that hide in their mum's basement telling you you are doing everything wrong. You don't need a scan tool for this. You can just put 12 volts to it. I mean, yeah, you can. You can just do a lot of things. Just because you can do it doesn't mean it's fucking right. Are you ready? Listen to this. In, out, going back out, coming back in, going back out. That's now set an air gap. When you do it manually, you don't know if you've put that air gap right. Your brakes could be slightly rubbing. They might not be braking properly when the handbrake comes back on. That's why you need a machine. So, yes, the fucking armchair mechanics out there think you can just do everything with, you know, a battery. You're just fucking wrong. You will not be able to set the air gap properly. So there you go. You heard it. I pressed the button. You heard it. There we go. I know some people are not going to believe this, but mechanics will. To do this job is over 7-8 grand's worth of tools. Now, granted, that's not just to do one job. These will do everything. The scan tool will do multiple stuff. These tools will do multiple stuff, but what I'm including the sets now, not just individual things. And again, yes, you can do it cheaper. There's other ways too, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get across the tools the mechanic needs to work on a car is ridiculous. There's no other trade in the world that needs as much fucking tools as a mechanic. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. And another thing, parts coming wrong. It even says on it, look, 13 to 20 Golf. There is loads of different parts for the same vehicle. Now this is stripped. Can't get parts for it. What do you do? Oh, I'm telling you, just don't become a mechanic. Here's another good one. The car passes the test, but you see, I'm not saying this just in general. Car passes the test and you see a lot of rust and you say to the customer, look, it's rusty. But they say, yeah, but it's passed the test. Yeah, but it's rusty. Yeah, but it's passed the test. You're just trying to screw me, adding on more parts. No, the part is rusty. Like this. It's gonna break. It's really bad. For example, right? But it's passed the test, so it's okay. No, it's just not. People don't understand. Oh, mechanics are trying to screw me again. Actually, we're trying to save you money so your car doesn't break down and you can keep motoring. But do they get it? No. This is a very important one, all things considering, right? I can only speak for Ireland because I haven't worked in every country in the world. But in Ireland, as a tradesperson, a mechanic gets paid the least, but yet has to spend the most amount of money on tools. But not only that, think about this, right? And I know people are going to take this wrong, especially doctors and solicitors and lawyers. Oh no, we're better than everyone else. I'm not saying they say that, but you know what I mean. Without a mechanic, you will not be able to do anything. But in a country, you can get all the tradespeople you need. Now, what I mean by that is, let's just imagine, like especially for Ireland, we're a landlocked country, right? We don't grow everything. Like bananas don't grow here. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't grow here. We have to import them from different countries. How do they come in? They come in with lorries, and big up the lorry drivers. Without lorry drivers, nothing would happen as well. They come in lorries, they come in planes, trains and automobiles, yeah? Great film, by the way. Without mechanics fixing them, you wouldn't get anything. But yet, if you need a doctor, there'll be enough people in Ireland to have, you know, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be a taxi driver, to be whatever you need within a country. There's enough people in it. But if you don't have a car, especially when you live in the country, you can't get to work. You're not going to be able to walk 30 miles every day to work. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to work in your house, but you can't do that. Do you see what I'm trying to get? Without mechanics, nothing, and I mean nothing, will happen. It's the most important job on the planet. And prove me wrong. Honestly, try and prove me wrong. Yes, I know people go, oh, well, you need architects and, you know, engineers to make it. I'm not disputing that. But you can make something, and if you can't maintain it, it's fucking pointless. You need mechanics. If it wasn't for mechanics, you would do nothing. You would have to walk to work. You wouldn't have all your favourite stuff. It'll be a fucking nightmare. Yet we get paid the least and we get treated like shit. I said the moan was over, but it isn't yet. Don't become a mechanic. I'm telling you. Don't. Oh, there's more. Don't worry. I know people are going to be saying, well, hold on. You've ripped that off and you haven't put any new back on. Crazy thing is, I was just trying to make everything proper, but I can't wait for a few days to get these in, and anyway, it's just a nightmare, and sometimes I can't even get them. If that was loose, it would fail the test, but if you remove it, it doesn't fail the test. Now, you make sense out of that. If it's loose, Doesn't pass. If you remove it, it passes. Anyway, and to be honest, they really don't do any fucking thing anyway. They're a splash guard. It doesn't really do it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Another thing we have to deal with, all the shit, all the fucking chemicals and everything we use on a daily basis. No matter how many gloves you wear, no matter how many safety stuff you wear, you're still going to get it on your skin. Still going to, you know, affect you. I've heard of people dying now, don't get me wrong, it's been like 30, 40 years when they have an oily rag in their pocket. Never put an oily rag in your pocket because it soaks through your skin and it poisons you. Now it takes years, but still, don't do it. Something I've never done, but you just don't do it. Another thing is, not only are we mechanics, we're plumbers, we're electricians, we do everything. It's not just nuts and bolts, we have to do wiring. And then people expect you to know everything about every single car. This is a prime example. That says it's for this car. There's maybe 3 or 4 different types of backplates for the same vehicle. You know, we're not going to know everything about every single car. It's impossible. And people yet expect you to know everything. You have to constantly train every few months if you really want to. The information we have to pay for. If I paid for all the online stuff that I could get, you know, all the programs for all the wiring diagrams and everything, I don't pay for more because it's just too expensive. But the ones that I could get in Ireland, you'd be talking £5,000 to £7,000 a year just for programs, just for wiring diagrams, just for how things work, and you know, that's it. We have to pay thousands for it, and if you don't use it all the time, it's a waste of money. But if you don't have it, you can't do certain jobs. It's just a knock-on effect. It's fucking annoying. Anyway, this bearing now isn't making any noise. Lovely. I tell you, this is another good one. This is a true story. This happened to me. I did a bulb on a guy's car, and what I'm about to talk about is, and all mechanics will relate to this, well, it wasn't like that before you touched it. I did, no word of a lie, I did a front bulb, headlight bulb on someone's car. He wanted a second-hand bulb for a start, and I said, are you fucking joking? Not putting a second-hand bulb in. Here's a new bulb, 10 fucking euros. Anyway, he came back to me a week later with his front brakes squeaking, or not squeaking, grinding because all the pad disc. And his exact words is, wasn't like that until you changed the bulb. And I said, are you for fucking real? Every mechanic will relate to that one. Yes, also knowing what upgrade parts to get or revised parts to get. So for example, these pins were originally a 7mm. So that's a 7mm Allen key in there, which means it's 3/8 or ½ inch, right? Now again, I know you can do it different ways. This is now a 6mm, which means you can get a 1/4 in there, baby, which means everything is so much smaller. The head of the ratchet is small, even though I've got another ratchet that's smaller, but then it doesn't matter. It just means now everything fits a lot easier. Upgraded part. Volkswagen fucked up when they originally did this. They then realised, and they give you a different part to put back in. Sorted. It's another thing you need to keep up in. So many things you need to keep up in. It's a fucking nightmare. Look at the size difference. 7mm, 6mm. So you can see the physical size difference, and that extra little bit of clearance always helps. Another thing, putting a 12-volt battery or something to this. It doesn't do this. Are you ready? Yeah! Playtime's over. Another thing, trying to tell people things. Not all customers, but some customers. One wheel bearing is gone in your car. Well, especially when it's the first wheel bearing to be changed. All the other wheel bearings have done the same mileage. So they're all going to go. I'm not saying you should do them all at once, but what I'm saying is think about it. If one's gone, all the others have done the same mileage. They're not too far away. Do you see what I'm saying? It's awkward. You either say it to the customer, they think they're screwing you. You do it and you're saving them time and money in the beginning or in the future, because I've done the brakes on this. I haven't changed the wheel bearing. If the wheel bearing goes in this in a couple of months, I'm going to have to take all that back off to do wheel bearing. I'm not saying you should change your wheel bearings after every brake job. I'm just saying, you know, these are the things a good mechanic will say, look, this, and this, and this. And yeah, some people just think you're trying to screw them. Or you're upselling, as the Yanks would say. The old septic tanks. That's Cockney rhyming slang for yank. I actually, you'll see in a lot of my videos, I use a bit of Cockney rhyming slang all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. And I remember saying to an American once, I said, "Oh, you're a septic tank," because I heard she was American, and she fucking lost it with me. "You're just saying that, blah blah blah." And she was black, and she was nice, you know, she's good looking. But she said I only said that because she was black. I said, no, it means yank, American yank. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just Cockney rhyming slang. Some people just can't take. It's not even a joke, but they just can't take anything, can they? Aftermarket parts as well, especially sensors, especially now with the old Tinterwebs and YouTube. And this is the problem, YouTube's caused a lot of this. You know, you price up a sensor and it's a genuine sensor. Let's just say it's 300 quid. An aftermarket sensor might be 100 quid, right? Oh, but I can get one cheaper than that. Yeah, but it's shit. It's just shit. And again, then you're screwing someone. Because you just, yeah, whatever, yeah, fuck's sake. I know people are going to give me grief about this, but like I said, the most important job in the world, I don't care what anyone says, is a mechanic. Most people say a doctor, but if it wasn't for a mechanic, you wouldn't be able to get to a doctor. An ambulance wouldn't be able to come to you, and a doctor won't be able to get to the hospital to save your life. So it's because of the mechanic he can get there, and an ambulance can get to you. And yet we get paid the least out of all the trades. How is that fair? Can you please explain to me that? Explain, people! Just some of the parts you need. You don't particularly need all these to do a brake job. Right. I've got loads more stories. I might actually do a couple of parts of this if people are interested. Because there's no point blowing them all on one video. Do you know what I mean? When you're in even a main dealer, right, the mechanics are doing all the hard work, lifting gearboxes, changing engines, getting their hands covered in shit. Then you've got the absolute fucking fanny boys who are outside selling cars. They get paid 3 times more than a mechanic. They get company cars. I remember I went to a main dealer once and it was raining outside. I walked in collecting parts. This guy was in there. He must have been, I don't know, around 30 years old, I would say. And there was him at the doorway and there was a woman. Obviously, they both worked there. And it wasn't even pissing down rain. It was just spitting. And he turned around to him and he says, "Have you got a brolly? I can't go out there and get my hair wet." I looked at him. I said, "You are such a fucking pussy." She started bursting out laughing. And the way he looked at me, he couldn't go outside because his hair would get wet. I mean, come on, people. He couldn't go outside because his hair would get wet. Look at my fucking hands. Unbelievable. And he gets paid more than all the mechanics. Fucking pussy-o. Don't become a mechanic, people. Just fucking don't. As always, if it helps, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget, links up here, links down there. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.